All right, so my name is Luis Trevino. The name of my company is Everable. We focus on doing co-sculpting lead generation, and we do co-sculpting practice consulting as well. So prior to joining the program, I had had some previous success, and then I kind of ventured off into my own company. I was focusing in on, I had maybe like one or two clients. I wasn't really getting too much revenue, but I didn't want to scale and get more clients because I was trying to focus on the service delivery. For me, providing a great service was very important because, keeping my relationship with my clients and keeping them happy and keeping them long term, obviously is what's going to help me be successful. And then it's a close knit group, maybe not as close as knit as some other ones, but people talk, and so reputation's everything, right? So I wanted to make sure that I worked with some just some people at first, hone down my service delivery, my campaign, my funnels, all that stuff, and then once I kind of honed that down, start scaling, right? And so I was trying to do everything myself at that time, but I was really trying to land a campaign that was going to be successful. So it was very hard to implement a good marketing campaign because of the fact that I was in cool sculpting. You're selling something that is a want. It's not a need. People aren't in pain. It's a cosmetic treatment. And it's something that is high ticket. So how do you sell something that is high ticket and you don't really need it? You want it. So when it came to doing Facebook advertising or Google AdWords and stuff like that, we did a good job in generating leads, but a lot of those leads weren't as highly qualified. So some of my clients would see success if they had their business operations on point, but the majority of them, didn't, because a lot of the times, doctors are practitioners, they don't really know too much about business. So what I wanted to do was focus on implementing a campaign that made selling unnecessary. Like, I wanted to be a campaign that was education focused and going back to like the motto, right? Delivering the right message to the right people at the right time. And so what really attracted me to kind of Josh's program, was one, definitely kind of his system in regards to like how to get clients and stuff like that, which has been really valuable. But the biggest thing, what I was looking for at the time was, the in market leads, the targeting, because at the end of the day, it's like, you can have a good offer, but if you're not hitting the right people, you have a good message, but if you're not talking to the right person, then what's the point? So when I found out about that, I was like, okay, I need to make this happen. Like, I was in a bad spot. Like, I wasn't making that much money. I had just come out of like a bad kind of business partnerships, and my credit was shot. I didn't have that much money, but I'm like, somehow, some way, I need to invest in this because this is it. You know what I mean? This is what's going to solve that problem for my marketing campaign. And I know once I hone this down, I can start scaling and start getting massive results from my clients. So obviously when you join anything, you're a little skeptical at first, but where Josh really got me was on the amount of support that they were going to be offering, because I've been a part of other programs, and you invest, 2-3 grand, something like that. And yeah, I mean, that's a good amount, but at the end of the day, it's hard to charge that amount. It's still low. I recognize that. And for that person to give you the level of support that you actually need. So when Josh kind of came in with that higher price point, I know he told me, he's like, look, man, like, the reason it's this much is because of the fact that, we're going to be working with you one-on-one. And that's what I really wanted. I really wanted to be a part of a group where I was going to be able to learn from them, and that they would teach me whatever stuff I didn't know, and they would help me grow, right? And so when I came in, I got that. I mean, I tell people all the time, like, you guys do one call a week, and to me that's unheard of, and that's amazing. And so that is really, really good. The support has been phenomenal. And to talk to a little bit about the results, I was telling some of the guys last night, I was like, in 5 weeks, my revenue was at 3,500, and then in 5 weeks I got it up to 12,000, and then after 7 weeks it shot up to like 16,000. So yeah, I mean, the opportunity's there. Obviously, that's a good amount of money, for one person. And the cool thing is that I was doing everything, so I don't really have a lot of overhead. on top of that, I live in a really cheap area in South Texas, so so that's a good amount of money just to just to have and stuff like that. So the goal is to keep working, keep growing, and being here in the for the event. I mean, it's been pretty awesome just being able to three things: one, learn from Josh; two, learn from his team, so you guys, and three, learn from the group. That's been really, really amazing. So I know when I go back home, I'm full of ideas. To go and kind of go in there and just crush it, keep crushing it. So the it's funny because I was telling some of the other guys yesterday. It's like a lot of marketing programs when you first come into the space, their angle for you to get your first client is like do it for free. Do it for free or do it ultra cheap, and try to get a case study. The approach here is that we have the golden goose, and that's gonna lay those golden eggs, right? So you don't have to come in. You don't have to start with a position of weakness. You can start with a position of strength and sell high retainer packages on the get-go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to reduce yourself to offering, $0 deals or $500,000 deals. You can come in offering, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 deals that for anybody who is doing digital marketing is an amazing, deal, right? And so my conversations with these people are so easy because nobody out there is delivering this product. Nobody out there is providing this service. So when you just talk to them about, hey, this is what we can do, they're hooked. And the conversation is easy. All you have to do is get them to understand it. And once they understand it, they're on board. And they're willing to pay. They're willing to make the investment because they understand that if they don't do this now, they're going to miss out and potentially lose out on their business and ultimately fail. So the conversations are easy. I'm surprised how easy the conversations are. Every now and then you might get some person that just doesn't get it, and whoever doesn't get it, the conversation is, all right, see ya, talk to you later, wish you the best, on to the next person, If they're not smart enough to get it, that means that they're not smart enough to be doing business. And in business, it's a game of war, right? It's war. So, you have to compete, you have to win. And if you're not in it to win, then you're going to lose and you're out. So I talk about this a lot, and I'm super excited to talk about the results because in the last 2 years that I've been working with CoolSculpting, I have never seen results like this in the past. So in the past, there's always a few numbers that I'm looking at, but two of the numbers that I'm looking at is call-in rate. Out of the leads that we generate, how many of them call in to get more information or schedule? And then I'm looking at lead to scheduled consult rate. So out of the number of leads we generate, how many of them schedule a consultation? So in the past, every lead we would generate, out of all of them, maybe 1 to 3% of them would call in to inquire and, learn more. Out of all those people, I want to say the highest I ever had it, and this is because my client had his game on point, was maybe like 25%, but I've never saw it higher than that. With in-market leads and doing, using that as my primary way of targeting and doing my marketing campaigns, I've seen across the board where my clients are getting a 38% call-in rate. So out of 100 people, 38 of them call in, which is unheard of. Like, I've never seen that, which is crazy to me, and that gets me really excited. And then the highest that I've seen it now is 43% of them. So 43 people scheduled a consultation. So that's super close to 50%. That is spectacular. And this is coming from a client that does not have their business on point. Like, their operations are not on point. So I know it could be way better than that if the client does a better job of following up with the leads and trying to schedule them and all that stuff. So that gets me really excited because I know if I'm able to work with the right person, that they're going to start seeing way better results than that. So just do it, man. Don't even think about it. Just do it. There comes a point in your life where you just need to take the risk. And people need to understand that everything, business, it's a game of risks, and you outweigh the risks. And this is something that the value proposition outweighs the cost. I, now investing in the program, like I said, 5 weeks, all of a sudden I was making, 15,000, etc. Like, are you kidding me? A month, dude. That's 6 figures a year. Like, I wasn't doing that before. Like me, myself, And so that's the thing. Like, my story is that, I worked really, really hard for a long time. I grinded, 12 to 16-hour days, 7 days a week for 4 years. And it gets to a point where you come across something that is just going to flip. It's all of a sudden it's just boom, exponential growth. And with any business, you need to have a good value proposition. A part of that is having what's called a unique mechanism, right? So what sets you apart? Your unique mechanism is another way of phrasing it. And that's what this is. It's a unique mechanism that nobody else has. It's the competitive advantage, and whoever joins you is going to win. And so joining this program was a no-brainer. My story is that I was talking to Josh on my wedding day, but that's because I was serious about joining the program, but you really have to appreciate that. You have to really appreciate the fact that if you get in this business, like, you're not playing around, like, you're serious, and you want the results, like, you want that lifestyle, or whatever reason you're doing it, because if you want to, provide a better life for your family or better life for yourself, etc. Like, you get the data or you get the program, and you got to hit the ground running, because Josh isn't going to get you the results. The team isn't going to get you the results. You're the only person that can get the results. So as long as you put in the work, you'll get the results. And that's the story that we've been hearing throughout this event about people that have just worked their asses off and they've gotten the results. And so business is easy. Well, my story, I always say is like, business isn't, it's not easy. It's hard, right? But it's never boring. And for life, that's like the only thing you can ask for. Like, I want to have an exciting life, And business is a roller coaster. It's not fun. It's easy, but hey, man, it's never boring. And I would not do anything else. Like, I would not get a job. I would not work a 9 to 5, because I'm just not built that way. I would be depressed, And so yeah, if you want to do it and if you're serious, just jump in. If you're not serious, then don't do it. But if you're not serious, then why not? The opportunity is huge. You can, to really make something of yourself, So don't play around. Just get serious, and you'll see results.